me, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, that answers the question. Today, Baldesa Prabhu, Jai Radha Madhava. It is Krishna's arrangement that he has to say something like that.
Prabhuji, Mataji already started laughing. Let me do the
No, Prabhuji, no, Prabhuji. Please forgive me. I didn't laugh because of that. We all do. No,
Mataji,
Prabhu.
go ahead and sing Jai Radha Madhava. Please, let us.
Okay. Jai Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Giri Bardhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Giri Bardhari, Jaya Jashodanandana, Braja Jana Ranjana, Jamuna Tiravanachari, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Jai, very nice, Mataji. Jai Radha Madhava sets the mood for reading Krishna Katha and Krishna's Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, like the Haribol. So, devotees, Baldesa Prabhu, if you want to... If you want to try... Okay. This is the question. Today, Baldesa Prabhu, Jai Radha Madhava. It is Krishna's arrangement that he has to say something like that.
Mataji already started laughing. Let me do the
No, Prabhu, no.
Go ahead, Prabhu.
Om Agyanatiminam Desha Gyanajana Shalaka Chokshurumigana Tasmoi Sri Gurubhyo Namo Sri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Sthapitam Jano Bhutole Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Tada Tisha Padam Tigam Bandyam Sri Guru Shijita Pada Kamalam Sri Gurung Vaishnam Cha Tang Shojibam Shadhutam Shabodam Purijana Shoitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Shagana Lalita Shri Vishanu He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanto Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gurangi Radhe Bindavana Shori Vishwavanu Shute Devi Pranaman Hori Priya Bancha Kalpaturu Vashya Kripa Sindhu Be Bocha Potitang Pavunebo Vaishnava Bonama Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Bindu Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Haribol. So, devotees, we are in Bhagavad Gita chapter 7. The verse is also 7. Just as a real quick recap, let's Krishna in 7.6, he talks about how the two natures, he's talking about the material nature as well as the spiritual world. And he's using a couple of phrases here. Prabhava, meaning the manifestation, and pralayas, meaning the annihilation, dissolution. So he is responsible for everything. He creates, he dissolves. So there are many, many creations, unlimited, infinite. And similarly, there are some time cycles that will come, it will be dissolved, So the purpose is that Krishna is trying to go one by one. Initially 7.4, he talked about the material energy. Then in 7.5, the higher energy, the Jiva Bhutam. And then here he is saying that he is the manufacturer and also the destroyer of that manifestation as well as the destruction. And in the next verse, which is 7.7, give me a second here. Krishna is going to say, from here, maybe 2 or 3 verses, he's going to talk about how he's maintaining all this, everything that emanates from Krishna, how he is also the maintainer. So, devotees, let us read this, verse number 7. Pavan Prabhu, would you like to read?
I'm never read Sanskrit before, so please forgive me if I'm not able to.
No, that's fine. Okay, no problem. There is an English
Right.
kind of a
Matta parataram nan yat kingsid asti dhanan jaya mai sarvam idham protam sutre mani gana iva.
Very good, Prabhu. You did amazingly good. Dhananjaya is one of the names of Arjuna. Dhanan means wealth. Very poetic way of referring. Arjuna will also refer Krishna in many different names. And similarly, Krishna would also address Dhananjaya is saying here as the conqueror of wealth. So devotees, couple more of us can read, if that's okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I would like to read.
Sure.
Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigana iva.
Very nice, Prabhu. Maybe one more, Prabhu, maybe, let's see.
I can try, Prabhuji.
Oh, sure. Oh,
Hare
Subal
Krishna.
Prabhu. Very good.
Matta parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam proktam sutre managana eva. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very good, Prabhu. Devotees, can one of us read the synonym and translation?
I can try.
Please, Prabhu.
Mata, beyond me, parataram, superior, na, not, anyat, kinchat, not anything else, asti, there is, dhanam jaya, no conqueror of wealth, my, in me, sarvam, all that be, idam, which we see, protam is strung, sutre, on a thread, manigana, pearls, iva, like. Translation, O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread.
Thank you. Very nice, Prabhu. Hopefully you are feeling better, Prabhuji.
Better than yesterday, yes.
Very good. That's Vasant Prabhu, would you like to try the purport and maybe the first Sanskrit verse, and then someone else can conclude it, if that's okay with you?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Danvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Purport by Sri Bhaktivedanta. There is a common controversy over whether the supreme absolute truth is personal or impersonal. As far as Bhagavad Gita is concerned, the absolute truth is the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and that is confirmed in every step. In this verse, in particular, it is stressed that the absolute truth is a person. That the personality of Godhead is the supreme absolute truth is also the affirmation of the Brahma Samhita. Iswara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. That is, the supreme absolute truth, personality of Godhead is Lord Krishna, who is the primeval Lord, the reservoir of all pleasure, Govinda, and the eternal form of complete bliss and knowledge. These authorities leave no doubt that the absolute truth is the supreme person, the cause of all causes. The impersonalist, however, argues on the strength of the Vedic version given in the Sweta Upanishad 3:10, Tato yad uttara taram tad arupam anamayam ya ethad vidur amratas te bhavanti athe tare dukham eva piyanti. In the material world, Brahma, the primeval living entity within the universe, is understood to be the supreme amongst the demigods, human beings, and lower animals. But beyond Brahma, there is the transcendence, who has no material form and is free from all material contaminations. Anyone who can know him also becomes transcendental, but those who do not know him suffer the miseries of the material world. Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Okay. You want to read this paragraph and one verse of the Sanskrit verse, Prabhu? So another devotee can read the remainder.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes. The impersonalist puts more stress on the word arupam, but this arupam is not impersonal. It indicates the transcendental form of eternity, bliss, and knowledge as described in the Brahma Samhita quoted above. Other verses in the Swatara Upanishad 3.8 and 9 substantiate these as follows. Vedaham etam purusham mahantam aditya varnam tamas parastat tam eva viditvati mrityam eti nanya pantha vidyate yanaya yasmat param naparam asti kinchit yasman naniyo no nyayosti kinchit vriksha iva sabdo divi tisthati ekas tenedam purnam purushena sarvam. Hare
Haribol.
Krishna.
Very nice, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe Shalini Mataji, you want to read the remainder of the purport?
Sure, Prabhuji. I know that the Supreme Personality of God, who is transcendental to all material conceptions of darkness, only he who knows him can transcend beyond the bonds of birth and death. There is no way for liberation other than this knowledge of the Supreme Person. There is no truth superior to that Supreme Person, because he is the supermost. He is smaller than the smallest, and he is greater than the greatest. He is situated as a silent tree, and he illuminates the transcendental sky. And as a tree spreads its roots, he spreads his extensive energies. From these verses, one concludes that the Supreme Personality is that the absolute truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is all-pervading by his multi-energies, both material and spiritual. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think what I understood from this verse really is that Prabhupada is explaining in the first part that Krishna is the absolute truth, and then he goes on to explain whether or not he's a person, and he explains that it is a person, and then he goes on to explain from various verses in Brahma Samhita and Shvetasvara Upanishad. He substantiates the fact that Krishna is the absolute truth and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's beyond all material contaminations, and one who knows Krishna becomes beyond all material miseries in this world. He's the only one who knows. Anyone who understands Krishna will not suffer the miseries of this material world. And then he also goes on to explain that he is smaller than the smallest and larger than the largest. He is light itself, and a tree. He's everything really. Krishna is everything in this universe. I think I understood this much, but if you can explain more.
Okay, very nice. Okay. I think you have given a good overall explanation for the purport. It's a beautiful verse, very poetic also. Krishna is very nicely saying, he's like the pearl strung on a thread, like a necklace, right? And the thread is the most important thing. So he's saying that means he's holding everything. He's the maintainer of everything, the material, the spiritual. So devotees will come back to this verse, but let us try to understand this is very important. The energies of Krishna, what is material energy, what is spiritual energy, and what are the other energies of Krishna. This is very important. We have to completely clarify our mind so that we don't have to go back again. Like when we try to learn driving, many times we do so many mistakes. Instead of applying brake, we would apply accelerator and vice versa. Right signal, we put left. But once if everything is done, everything comes automatic. We don't even think. So like that, these kind of the main philosophy, because Krishna is going to talk about these energies and about the material and spiritual much more in the subsequent chapters, especially from chapter 13. So it is better we have a very clear understanding. So when he's talking about these energies, yesterday we saw that Krishna has got so many energies. The material energy is called the Bahiranga Shakti. Then his internal potency is called the Antaranga Shakti. Then the marginal, which we are. Marginal meaning it's in the edge. We are neither there. We have this spirit soul, but we are also covered by the material energy. So that's why it's called Tatashta Shakti, Tatashta edge, Like an ocean or a river, when it comes to the shore, especially the sea shore, it's got the qualities of both the land, the sand, and water. So it's kind of mixed, that edge portion. But once if we go deep, it's just water. So our goal is to see how we can become completely spiritual. Then yesterday we also, Krishna has got infinite energy. Then we also saw how Krishna's one very important, significant energy, which is called Maya, right? And Maya has got two components again. It's the same Maya. Yogamaya and Mahamaya. We discussed that yesterday also. So we have to be very completely clear. Dear devotees, are we completely clear, clarified with the Yogamaya and Mahamaya?
Prabhuji, if you please, one more time, if you just briefly discuss about it, maybe in few minutes.
Yeah, few minutes. We won't take more than maybe 5 minutes. And also, we need to spend some time understanding what is this philosophy of impersonalism. These are all very important because this is, otherwise we will be every time, even after reading Bhagavad Gita for many years, we will have the same doubt. What is this? Is Krishna is everything? Krishna is all energy, then Krishna is the impersonal. So this will keep on because that is what our mind is. It is not, our intelligence might be willing to accept some of this higher philosophy, but the mind is not really mature to accept everything. So every now and then, some kind of a doubts will keep on coming. So what we can do, devotees, let us read this wonderful verse from Bhagavatam. Maybe one of you can read. This will clarify what is Yogamaya and what is Mahamaya. Okay, very briefly. We won't get into too much detail. Who can read this? Devotees, one of us. I'm not able to see all the name, but
Max Prabhu is here. Max Prabhu joined today.
Max Prabhu. Max Prabhu, can you read this verse, Prabhu? Okay. Okay, why don't Bhashati Mataji?
Yes. Sambhavishyat.
We have to start from here. Can I read, Prabhuji?
Oh, yes, Rachana Mataji. Yes, your daughter, right?
Yeah. With her help, I will try.
Yep.
Can I chant?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, you chant, I'll chant after you.
Vishnu Ramaya Bhagavati Yaya Sammohitam Jagat Adishtha Prabhuhan Shena Karyatre Sambhavishyati.
Very nice. Very nice. So, would you like to read the translation also?
You want to read the translation? Just a minute, Prabhuji. I think my fire alarm just went on.
Okay, but please take care. Be safe. Why don't we read this? Bhashati Mataji, why don't you read the translation?
The potency of the Lord, known as Vishnu Maya, who is as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, will also appear with Lord Krishna. This potency, acting in different capacities, captivates all the worlds, both material and spiritual. At the request of her master, she will appear with her different potencies in order to execute the work of the Lord.
This is very important, devotees. At some point of time, we will read Bhagavatam also. But here, very powerful, Vishnu, Maya, Bhagavati. So this internal potency of Krishna, Bhagavati, if you can see, Srila Prabhupada is translating as good as Bhagavan and therefore known as Bhagavati. Very powerful. And this Bhagavati is the Maya. She's both. Srila Prabhupada would explain here. Let us see, there is somewhere he would explain that she acts as Yogamaya and she will also act as the Mahamaya. When she acts with great devotees, she is very subtle. Devotees, I have a slide if I can show that real quick. Okay.
Go for it.
Are you able to see the slide, devotees?
It's coming, Prabhuji. We see a
No,
white
It's
screen.
blank, Prabhuji.
White
It's
screen.
Blank,
blank.
right? Yeah, that is good. We have to always start with the blank slate, clean slate. Okay, that's good. So, okay, devotees, this is what is our acharyas referred to as the material world. This one. It's almost like a prison. Can you see? There are prisoners inside. We are the prisoners, actually. We are all, all the jivas are stuck here inside the material world. We think that this is what everything here the prisoners get some perks. They get to eat 3 times a day. They get breakfast. You can see there is a TV also there. There is a fan. The floor looks little shining. So they may get some extra perks also. Someday they might get extra food, or they may get to go out and do some, workout and then again come back. They may get to call somebody once in a while. So they think this is a very good thing. And after some time, one of them can become even a gang leader, become the leader. He's very happy. That is what is the status in our material world. So this is completely controlled by Mahamaya, who is none other than that Maya, Vishnu Maya, that is being referred in Bhagavatam. And she always appears with Krishna. So on the other hand, this is just an analogy, devotees. This is the spiritual world, completely joyful, bliss, and bliss, Satchit Ananda, right? Here is where this is controlled by our Yoga Maya. Both same. Srila Prabhupada would little more explain that to serve Krishna, Yoga Maya will expand as Mahamaya, the same. But her audience and her job is slightly different. Yogamaya is gentle because it's all very elevated devotees. They are on the spiritual platform, and she's very gentle. Sometimes she also Maya, right? So sometimes she consults Krishna from others knowing his full potency. Why is that? For example, all the gopis and the gopas and the Brajvasis, they used to interact with Krishna with so much love. And Yogamaya helps by covering Krishna's potency for them so that they don't want to act with Krishna as a supreme Lord. Krishna wants that. It is only under the instruction of Krishna, Yogamaya does that. So she is elevating, giving a lot of nectar to the devotees already in the spiritual platform. Whereas here, Mahamaya has to do a lot more, tedious work because it's all prisoners. So, but both role, it is to elevate the jivas. So here, Mahamaya has to bring them from the worst to the better, to good, or, and then make them go to the spiritual world. And here also Yogamaya is elevating them more and more happiness. Here they're all spiritual. This is a spiritual world. Even in the spiritual world, then it's called as a increasing happiness. Every moment there is more and more happiness. Material world is said to be decreasing happiness. So devotees, now the question is that Acharyas are saying that Srila Prabhupada would explain in that Bhagavatam purport that Mahamaya should not be degraded. It should not be condemned. Why? Can anybody answer why she should not be condemned?
First of all, she is appointed by Krishna himself to purify us and let us go back to the Godhead. So she's just doing the duty. Chestasha. Oh, Ichharupam. I forgot the one. Chestasha. So she's trying to perform her duty as per the wishes of Lord Krishna, as per Brahma Samhita.
Great answer, Prabhu. Because here Mahamaya is just working under the instruction of Krishna, and then she is an internal potency of Krishna. But her job is very tough. Krishna has told her, do not let any of these, criminals get into the spiritual world. Can you imagine what will happen if these prisoners go to the as it is without filtering by Mahamaya? What will happen in the spiritual platform? These guys, all the other, elevated spiritual souls will also become, criminals. So Krishna wants only the most purified soul to be in the Goloka Vrindavan, topmost spiritual platform, right? So, and at the same time, Srila Prabhupada and other acharyas have said that we really don't have to worship also Mahamaya. Why, devotees? Why we don't have to worship Mahamaya? Why cannot? She's doing such a wonderful job for Krishna. She's doing all the dirty work, right? To keep in the prison, take care of all these prisoners, riot. Whereas here, Yogamaya is dealing with very sophisticated devotees. But why should not we worship Mahamaya?
So Mahamaya herself is worshiping Lord Krishna. So, and she's our God sister, helping us to go to the Krishna. So she'll be happy we go back to the Krishna and serving together with Mahamaya also.
Great response, Prabhu. Yes, Mahamaya herself would not like that we worship her, because she's a servant of Krishna. She's appointed by Krishna. And the Vaishnava instruction is that we don't have to really worship the energies of Krishna. There are so many energies of Krishna: Indra, Chandra, Surya, Vayu, Varun, so many things. We respect that it is all part and parcel of Krishna, but we don't have to worship them. Why? We are going to worship the energetic, which is Krishna here. So that is our goal. That's why we always say it's not that we have to condemn Mahamaya or some other devas and energies of Krishna. We respect all the energies of Krishna. But we glorify, our concentration of worship should be only on the energetic. The energetic controls the energy, not vice versa. That is where many people get confused, that why not I just go and, worship Mahamaya and so on. So devotees, now as you can see here, and another thing we really don't have to worship Mahamaya is that she cannot take you to the spiritual world. She cannot. Because there is no connection. Unless Krishna tells. Krishna is like the president. If he can tell, bring back this prisoner, to spiritual world, I think he is good. And that is why we may have to, pray to Yogamaya also. But still, who will transform these prisoners to the spiritual world? That is where devotees, the wonderful Guru comes into picture. Guru is from the spiritual world, but he is willing to come and interact with the material world. Guru tells Krishna, I know several people are in the prison. I'm sure quite a few of them are very good. I'm going to bring them. That's what he does. He comes here, he interacts with the prisoners, and Mahamaya lets him do that. Because our job is to make that these prisoners get rectified, they get corrected, they get purified. That is her job. So she helped the Guru. And once if the Guru interacts, and 1 out of million, Bahunam Janmana Mante. And is that 7.3 we read, Manushyanam Sahasreshu. The thousands of birth, one person can even understand about Krishna. So through Guru, if that one person, one prisoner understand, he becomes a devotee here, devotees, and then he can go back to God. This is my way of explaining Yogamaya and Mahamaya, devotees.
This is very helpful, Prabhuji. Thank you for.
Thank you so much. It's very helpful.
Yeah, so I'm sure in many verses, Srila Prabhupada would explain little more in detail why we should not degrade or disrespect Mahamaya. At the same time, we don't have to really worship her also. If you go and say something like this, the outside world may not understand. But this particular type of understanding, philosophy, concept is for the devotees, so that we can go very fast in our spiritual path. Our goal is again here, Krishna. That is our goal, devotees. This is the
Hare
easy.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, to take out the prisoner from the prison, that is from the clutches of Mahamaya, only Guru has that power, right?
Guru Krishna also can do it. Krishna is the ultimate supreme. You can call him the boss or the supreme personality, the supreme Lord. He can do anything. See, this is so logical, so practical. Devotees, do you know the president of many countries, they can release anybody from the prison? Do you know that? It's called pardon, presidential pardon. Each year, even now, every month, the president is pardoning so many prisoners from the jail. No question asked. All their record is completely, they are given clean slate. Somebody has to recommend some state governor or, some official secretary or cabinet people. They will go and tell the president, oh, you know what, Mr. President, looks like there is a prisoner in one of those prisons, but, this is the circumstance, this is the background. We are very sure that he'll become a good citizen. That's what the Guru does. Guru takes all the responsibility for all our contamination, all our anarthas. Otherwise, by ourselves, we have zero chance. We have been given life imprisonment, devotees. Life after life, we are going to be in this jail. We cannot get out from by ourselves. And Mahamaya will not let you go out because she has been given strict instruction from Krishna, only purified, only rectified. And somebody has to certify that this person has been rectified. That person is Guru. And of course, Krishna also comes once in a kalpa.
It means, Prabhuji, like those who have Guru, I mean, those who are under a Guru Parampara, only they have that power through Guru to come out of the prison, by the mercy of Guru, because Guru is the representative of Sri Krishna.
Yes, Guru is definitely a bona fide Guru. In today's world, we hear so many different Gurus and different parampara, but a bona fide Guru, by the way, this is a picture of Madhvacharya, who is one of the senior acharyas in our parampara, right? So, Krishna himself says this entire philosophy can be understood in the Guru parampara. So, we should only go with that kind of a parampara who is following from Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay? Because suddenly there are, in today's world, again, Mataji, there are so many self-proclaimed, self-acclaimed, self-appointed gurus. They call them various names, this guru, that guru, and so on. But they don't have a guru. From where did you learn? This concept says it can be only learned by a disciplic succession. You cannot suddenly learn it by yourself.
Yeah.
So this is just in my own mundane way of explaining that we are in a prison right now. Mahamaya is doing her best to keep us here, but as per instruction from Krishna only. Okay, then our goal is to go back to Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna Loka. The only way we can do is that Guru. Vasant Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Danut Pranam. I just have a question that, is there anywhere a reference about Jogmaya or Mahamaya and Mother Parvati? I heard in one class is the Mother Parvati is the Jogmaya. Somewhere else in some other class, Prabhuji. So is there any reference or anything that's what we can refer to? Hare Krishna, then with Pranam.
Yes, Prabhu. There are several references in Bhagavatam itself, because the canto that I showed you, 10 to 1, those are all when Krishna is going to appear, and Vyasdev, through Sukamuni, he's explaining what are all the Krishna's energy also come along with that. So this is again it has to be understood that in the Vaishnava kind of an understanding philosophy, this Yoga Maya, as we just read, it is the Vishnu's internal potencies, Krishna's internal potency. And there are many references that this Yoga Maya is Subhadra Devi, who is the sister of Krishna. And this Mahamaya, the same Subhadra Devi, is also the Durga, So, but sometimes in the Sri Parampara, this Yoga Maya is considered as Lakshmi. So this is all one and the same, whether you call it Parvati or Lakshmi. When we read one by one, we understand that everything is coming from Krishna, and Krishna's again Antaranga Shakti. It expands into different layers of Shakti. So they are all one and the same, but the topmost is Srimati Radharani. That is the understanding. From Srimati Radharani, every other, the kind of the female, the Shakti version of energy of Krishna, they expand as Lakshmi, as Parvati, as Subhadra, etc.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
There are many. Now, devotees, any other question, devotees, as far as this slide is concerned?
Prabhuji, Yog Maya, it increases the love for Krishna by giving vira, by giving love. Is it something like that? I mean, I am not.
Definitely. Yeah. She makes us, she increases our love for Krishna more and more. She keeps on increasing that love for, yeah, that's true. And her blessing is very, very beneficial. We seek her blessing. But everything will work nicely only through the mercy of Guru. If Guru is not there, let us go back a little bit. Devotees, if Guru is not there, it is very difficult for the prisoner to come out. No way. Because who is going to do recommendation that this prisoner has to be out? How will this guy get purified? He has been given a lifetime. Mahamaya will not release him. She's going to keep him for life after life. So somebody has to intervene. And who will intervene? Krishna can always intervene. But Krishna comes only in billions of years. That is where the mercy of the Guru comes into picture. Guru can come anytime. Guru is paradukha dukhi. All the time he's telling Krishna, Krishna, I know there are good souls out in the material world. Let me please bring them back. That is what is the concept. So we don't have the fortune of really interacting with Krishna, but we have so much fortunate to get the mercy of Guru.
So it means, Prabhuji, like whoever is born, they should have a guru. Everybody should have a guru.
Spiritually. Everybody has got a father, right? Like we have a biological father. Similarly, if you want to be in the prison, there is no guru at all, right? But if you want to spiritually advance, if you have the inclination, Krishna Guru will come by himself. And he'll make sure that you are out of the prison and go and join the spiritual world. But everything depends on our effort, our attitude, our activities. We cannot be doing all the nonsense things that we were doing. That's why we are in the prison, and go back to the spiritual world and do that same again. That is why Mahamaya is very, very, forceful. She's fearful, very volatile, Mahamaya, because she wants to make absolutely sure that none of the prisoner by mistake gets into the spiritual world.
Yeah. Thank you,
That is, every time we see, even though somebody has got good intention, they are going nicely in the spiritual path, still they fall down because there is some anarthas. That is another topic, but overall, this is a very broad way of looking at how the energies work. So, devotees, shall we move to the next one real quick? Okay, I won't take more than a couple moments here. So, again, all this impersonal and personal and so on. This is the 8th century. This is after Krishna has left, Kali Yuga has started, and then Lord Buddha came. He came to kind of install the non-violence, because a lot of people were doing a lot of different in the name of religion. A lot of unwanted sacrifices were all going on. So Lord Buddha appeared. He said that stop all this thing. We are all, internally, is what is called the self-realization, nirvana, But one thing, Lord Buddha's purpose was not Vedas. His purpose was at that time. See, we have to understand each appearance of Krishna comes for a very specific purpose. That's why Krishna is very special. When Krishna comes, he teaches everything, all the yoga, all the philosophies of spiritual world. But anyhow, Lord Buddha comes, he teaches us to be non-violent and have a self-realization. But that is not adequate, okay? Because we need to know more. We need to know who is the supreme, that we have to understand. So then comes in the 8th century, Shankaracharya comes. He's not able, I won't say he cannot, but he did not, he was not in a position to completely transform the Buddhist kind of a kind of an impersonal philosophy to a completely, what is the Madhva style of dual, which is called the Dvaita. He could not do that because he had to take a centric position. So he came and he glorified Krishna a lot. Bhaja Govindam. Have we all heard that bhajan, dear devotees? Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam.
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And he's such a wonderful Kirtan bhajan that is. Shankaracharya is glorifying. Shankaracharya is saying, without really surrendering your mind to Govinda, you cannot go anywhere. There is no hope for you. So it's very powerful. But at the same time, he did not give a personal form. This Advaita Vedanta, it concluded that it is just Brahman. That's it. It said that Brahman, and then because of certain ignorance, we are not able to realize our full potency. Once if the ignorance is gone, we will merge with Brahman. It is not a complete understanding. I'll very briefly tell you why it is that. Then Ramanujacharya comes, the Visishta Advaita, 11th century. He says, no, this is not correct, because he said that this, and Advaita also says that everything is unreal, almost like we discussed yesterday very briefly. Everything is like a dream. Ramanujacharya said that that's not correct. He understood Brahman is very powerful, but he said that what he called as the moksha, he said that the moksha can be reached only at the lotus feet of Lord Hari in Vaikuntha. That is why the Ramanuja Parampara, they will always, chant about Vaikuntha and the Lord Vishnu's form in Vaikuntha. That is the ultimate moksha. Then comes Dvaita Advaita, Nimbarka, 13th century. Then comes our Madhvacharya here, 13th century also. He says, no, the super soul is entirely, Bhagavan is entirely separate from the individual soul. Then here is Shuddha Advaita, Vallabhacharya. He said that the ultimate goal is to surrender at the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Then here is our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other, Krishna himself. Krishna has already given Bhagavad Gita, but is so mercifully come back again. He says, this is Achinta Beda Abeda. Meaning, we are one at the same time. The Supreme Lord is something very special because he can control, we cannot control. So, very quickly, this is what is the impersonal thing. Impersonal thing there, this is because of ignorance. We are in this jail. Once if we know what is personal, if the ignorance is gone, we merge into this Brahman. No form, nothing. They call this as a Satchitananda, the ultimate. Okay. And they say, once if you know, everything is Ananda. That is there, but no form. So this has all been described in various Puranas. We have 18 Puranas, Vishnu Purana, Narada Purana, all 18. So each one of them, devotees, have you all heard about this Brahma Vaivarta Purana? Anyone? Anyhow, when you get a chance, try to read that. It's available online also. That really describes more pastime of Radha and Krishna. Because in our normal scriptures...
Only for Srila Prabhupada's mention.
Say that again, Prabhu.
I've heard Srila Prabhupada, or I've seen Srila Prabhupada makes reference to it, but I have not read it personally.
Yeah. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already explained the essence of the relationship of Radha and Krishna. Srila Prabhupada was of the opinion that we really do not qualify to understand about Srimati Radharani. We are not mature enough even. Even he said that even Sukha Goswami was not, even he thought Sukha Goswami, not Prabhupada, but Sukha Goswami himself thought he is not qualified to really write anything about Srimati Radharani. Because she's such an elevated personality, the most, the highest internal potency of Krishna. So it's not that we have to read, but there is a lot of pastime of the Goloka Vrindavan is described, in Brahma Vaivarta Purana. But normally, Acharyas have not recommended that we should read this Purana. Everything is in the Bhagavad Purana, Bhagavatam. The nectar of all kinds of love between devotees and Krishna is there. So that is where there is a quick kind of a backdrop of what are the Krishna's energies. Krishna's got multiple, but these are all the major. The Antaranga Shakti, then the material world is the Bahiranga Shakti, then we are here in between what is called Tatata Shakti, the mixture of material and spiritual. So our goal is to go back, understand that we are 100% spiritual. We are not material, even though right now we think that we are material because our senses, we are completely controlled by all the Indriya. I showed yesterday another slide where the 24, as per the Sankhya philosophy, the 24, at least a good 22 Indriyas is coming and attacking us all the time. All our, the gross elements and the subtle element, the mind, intelligent, intellect. So unless we get a guru who can really clean up all the misunderstanding, all the anarthas, he can take us back to the Goloka Vrindavan. Devotees, sorry, I took a little bit longer than I should have, but I thought we have to clear up our mind about all this thing. Otherwise, we'll get every time there may be a confusion. Who we are we material or are we spiritual? What are the energies? How do I interact with energies? And chapter 12, I say this almost in every other time I get to speak. Chapter 12 is going to be one of the most important chapters. There, the first 10 verses of chapter 12, Krishna himself explained, because in chapter 11, Krishna has just shown his Vishwarupa. After seeing Vishwarupa, Arjuna is completely confused. He's shocked, actually. He's trembling, actually. He's very fearful. So he said that, Krishna, what is this? Who are you? And after you have shown me what, I've seen, how do I even interact with you? I really don't know. Because I have thought that you are, my family, right? Krishna is related to Arjuna. I've called you as Keshava and, other names. But now what I have seen, my mind is completely confused. Krishna will step by step, one by one, he will explain how to worship Krishna. Very important. So that will negate all the question of whether Krishna is impersonal or not. Devotees, this entire Bhagavad Gita is about mind. Mama, Sarvam, Sarvasya, Satatam. Who else? Krishna himself is coming and saying all this thing. Beyond this, how can somebody even have some kind of a confusion whether it's personal or impersonal? At least to me, it doesn't make much sense. But he is also impersonal. We have to understand because he's infinite. He has got a personal form. He's a person. At the same time, all his energies are also belongs to Krishna. If those energies are considered as impersonal, That is what is called the Brahman and Paramatma. That devotees can understand that. Yes, this is, even though it doesn't have a form, Krishna has a form, but his energies we may not be able to see. Does the oxygen has a form? So can we say oxygen is impersonal and then it does not belong to Krishna? That is not correct understanding. Because he's saying everything. Mai sarvam. What else do we need, devotee? All that be. Every time, every other verse he would say, everything belongs to me. I'm the controller. Devotees, any thoughts, any comments? Sorry, I took a little bit longer, but I have gone through this kind of a lot of doubts and confusion in my own mind. I thought it is better that we just completely clarify. Then, because we are on chapter 7 now, going one by one, devotees, especially in the last 6 chapters, it might become very technical. So we have to understand what Krishna is saying. Devotees, we'll take some quick comments real quick.
Prabhuji, these slides are really, really helpful. Thank you. Like, you put so much effort to clarify like things for us. Thank you. Like, I found it very, very helpful.
Yeah, extremely brilliant. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Haribol,
Yeah,
Pawan.
thank you, Prabhuji, for making understand what is Mahamaya, what is Yogmaya, which is like very important for the progress, I think.
Very important. Yeah, we have to understand. But again, don't let us not get distracted with all this different philosophy, Advaita, Visishta Advaita, Advaita. Our goal is the instruction given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, instruction given by Krishna himself. If somebody can understand Bhagavad Gita and instruction from Krishna, we really don't have to really read anything.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
But again, the Maya, Mahamaya can come up and create doubts on Bhagavad Gita itself. That's
So
why
how can that happen, Prabhuji, like doubts on Gita itself?
because lack of trust on Krishna.
Okay.
That's what happens when you do not accept Krishna fully. When you do not want to accept, Mahamaya will keep you under our prison. When you go through several channels, ultimately at some point of time, again some other guru has to come, and with Guru's mercy, there is a chance that you get elevated. But right now, everything is very conducive to us, Mataji and Prabhuji. Prabhupada has come. Yeah, Krishna appeared in this, in this Chatur Yuga. What an auspicious moment, right? Krishna appeared like 5,000 years ago. Amazing. We should be completely excited. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came 500 years ago. All these acharyas have appeared. They're all saying the same thing, surrender to Krishna. So now the question is that, can I with complete faith surrender to, the instruction from all the Krishna, Guru and Gauranga and go back to Krishna? That's the only thing. Easier said than done. Every day, but Maya is waiting. If you do some mistake, she'll come and we have to go several steps backwards. That's why association is very important. That is why sadhana is very important. That is why improving our Shraddha is very important. Every day, we have to keep on increasing. Subal Prabhu, Max Prabhu, any final thoughts?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, wonderful explanation. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yeah, the difference, I also had a lot of, confusion with the Yoga Maya and Mahamaya. You made it very clear, Prabhuji. Both are helping us. In fact, as you rightly mentioned, also I heard that Mahamaya is, as you mentioned, is a jailer who comes and tries to, relieve us also, because sometimes, the jailer actually helps. That doesn't mean that jailer is also in the jail. They are here to help us reach Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So, devotees, shall we conclude here? Or there's let's see who else. Raghu Prabhu, any final comments? Baldev Sir Prabhu, any final comments? If not, we can conclude.
No, Prabhuji, very nicely explained everything. Thank you.
Raghu Prabhu?
Yeah, no, it's very good. You clarified a lot of things here, Yoga Maya and Mahamaya. It's good to go through it. I think so.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay, Haribol Prabhu. Vasant Prabhuji, I can send some links about to learn little more about this. Again, the Vedas is so vast, Prabhu. There may be different explanation given by different acharyas based on different philosophy. But so far, everything comes from a bona fide kind of a parampara instruction. We can go with that. The Parvati, in the end, the ultimate understanding is that everything comes from Krishna. It's the same source. The names could be slightly different. So devotees will conclude here. Haribol to all of you. For the next week or so, we will not have the Bhagavad Gita online session. We are going to have some wonderful association of senior devotees tomorrow and after tomorrow. Then Friday is the beginning of Sadhu Sangha at Orlando. And I believe many of us are going there. And then on Tuesday, His Holiness Dhanvir Goswami Maharaj will be here in Tampa. There is another opportunity to have his association and blessings in person. So we will resume next Wednesday, okay, 28th. So devotees, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you all soon. Vanchakalpatrubhyasya kripasindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. ISKCON Tampa Sankirtana ki jai.
Jai.
ISKCON Tampa Bhagavad Gita as it is study session ki jai. All
Jai.
glorious to assembled devotees. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Sri Ram Prabhu ki jai. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.